Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, joining us from across the globe. Thank you very much for joining us today on this very beautiful episode on successful living. Today is a very wonderful session because we have with us a very special guest. She's in our midst, a very an impactor, an educationist. But before I introduce her, let us talk a bit about IIU, which is this program is brought to us by IIU, that is Internship International University. What is Internship International University? IIU provides the perfect opportunity for those students who want to pursue their studies and want to research in the field of technology, science, and social humanity. The aim of IIU is providing internship along with a golden chance of completing their diploma or professional degree virtually with no fee, at the convenience of their home. What is the vision of IIU? IIU strive to get students, to every student to get the experience of the corporate world and enable them to tackle real life problems. The primary motive lies in strengthening activities that spread awareness of social, cultural, and traditional value. Wow, IIU, thank you very much, Sir Piyush Bandit, for this wonderful, wonderful, experience was at IIU. And today, on this successful show, which director, Madam Emina, all the way from Protea, thank you very much for this wonderful platform you have given to us. And today, as I said, I have very, very, very special guest with us today. She is an impactor, she's an educationist. She has done a lot of impact in the world, but don't let me say much because I believe we are all here to hear from her. Madam Professor Dr. Ambassador Mehreen Mia, all the way from South Africa. You are welcome, Madam. You can turn on your camera. Thank you very much, Ma, for joining us on this wonderful and sensational show. We are very excited to have you on the show today, and it's an honor, to have a personality like yourself. Or a very, before we start proper. On name is Professor Dr. Ambassador Africa, US International Women Council Institute.
Hermina, you are muted, my dear. I cannot hear you.
Hello, my dear Mia. Welcome.
Hello.
For living. It's a pleasure to have you today.
It's an honor to be here.
Yes,
I think Diana's lost connection, yes?
Yes, I think Diana lost connection because she is now in Africa. She traveled and
the network is not good.
She will come. Yeah. She will come fast. Yes, I wanted to welcome you and to say that I'm happy that you are here, and you are a great educationist and a great ambassador, IIU of education. I want to ask you rapidly, what is how you see successful living. What means for you these terms?
Well, firstly, I greet everyone in universal greeting with peace and blessing. And I do thank IIU and Sir Piyush Pandit for this platform that he's created for every one of us, not just the students, because even us, we are all learning from each other through IIU and through these platforms. So I'm really, really grateful to him and honored for the opportunities as well. Before I go any further, I think Diana is back. Diana, are you with us?
Okay, sorry about that. I think we were in the middle of reading the profile. Sorry, I had the itch of network here. So as we're going on the profile, she's a multiple global award winner, including being awarded as one of the top 30 women in the world, leading changes awareness as one of the top 100 women in business across the world by Global Trade USA, and awarded the Women of Change and Leadership Award, entering the Women Hall of Fame, United Kingdom. She is the country representative and director and global educator, IDYM, GEN, GEF, IYS, and YYCI, and more so. You know, she's a transformational international life coach. She's a therapist and a mindful and holistic empowerment global specialist. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us on the show today. We are very excited to have your presence. Thank you very much, ma'am. So without taking so much time, you know, you have achieved so much in the little span of time, you know, so we want you to enlighten us. How were you able to do this? What you know, were your motivation in pushing this much?
Firstly, as I was saying before, Diana, thank you to you for being a host and for fighting this network battle that you have and still being here. I love that. I love your feistiness. So thank you so much. And thank you to IIU and Sir Piyush Pandit for the platform. And of course, our beautiful Amb Mehreen for being your moderator and making this happen. Thank you for the introduction as well. As I greeted everyone before, I greet again in the universal greeting with peace and blessing. And thank you for the introduction. Wow, there's some things you said there that even I had forgotten. But yes, I do multiple.
I think Mia has problem with connection now. Diana, you are in Africa, you travel. Tell us how is in Africa, then Mia will come back. Did you hear us? Did you hear me? Diana?
Are you married?
Yes.
Yes.
I asked you how is in Africa to go in Africa from so much long time.
I think the network. Yeah, she's going to join us. Yeah. So
I asked to Diana how is to travel in Africa, to see again Africa. Did you hear me? We will wait sometimes. We lost both the host and the guest. They will come soon, I am sure. Yes, Mia is there. Welcome back, Mia.
Thank you so much. Sorry, we have technical gremlins today, I see.
Yes, it's happened in online, it's happened in the virtual programs, always it's happened, always. Mia, you can answer me at the question, how is the successful living for you? What means this for you?
For me, and it very much ties in with what Diana asked me earlier, is the constant learning. I have this constant desire to keep learning, and that need of education is key. So I want to constantly educate myself on life, on things, on different aspects of life, because as much as there's many accolades and different degrees, as much as there's different connotations like that, those are not what makes you. My reason for studying so much, my reason for the many certificates, my reason for doing everything that I do and constantly learning is because I believe the more I educate myself, the more I'm able to give off to humanity whatever is needed, which is why I vary between so many different concepts and different variations of actual study methods and studying groups and studying different between psychology, even accounting and et cetera, et cetera. All of these things are needed to help everybody across the globe. So if you are going to be able to try to help somebody in whatever way or form, the key for you is to be able to always understand first what you need to give off. And this is why I just constantly strive to keep learning. And that is why you'll know me as a lifelong learner. I just keep learning. So I learn from everybody as much as I try to teach everybody. The key for me is education, which is why I really am passionate about what I do with IIU. It's not just to educate our youth and our youngsters. We need to educate them, yes, but we also need to keep learning ourselves because time keeps changing. And if we don't keep up to breast with how to be educated with what life's throwing at us, then we're going to hit a downfall. So the more we keep educating ourselves, the more we keep growing. And that for me is the key, education. Education is the key to your growth, your self-development, and you being an empowered version of yourself for your life. When we talk of successful living, success for me, everyone else has their own definition. So when we talk success, some people success means they have a lot of money. For some people, success means they live in a very nice house with a very nice car. Other people, for them, success means happiness and peace. So depending on who you are and where you are, where you come from, everyone has their own definition of what success means. Mine is inner peace and what I give off. The more I impact lives on a positive level, the more I am being successful. So living successfully for me means to be able to live by example. So I do not wish to be a hypocrite to life. I too have had the ups and downs. I too am able to resonate with the humankind to know that life is difficult. Life can hit you many a curveball. It's how we get through it. And when we have adversities, when we learn, I learned the hard way that adversity is actually your growth opportunity. It is a window of opportunity for you to grow through what is difficult that you are going through. And when you do that, then you are actually in the path of successful living. That is my belief. I truly believe that successful living is not just about the money. It's not just about the stature. Successful living is about you being able to manage your life successfully, no matter how the adversity may be. And when adversity hits you, to learn, to develop yourself and grow yourself through that adversity so you can become a stronger, better someone to live successfully as your life goes by. So thank you for the question.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Mia. If I successful living is how to brief us on how you are able to live and with your marital status and every and every uncertainty the society has. How are you able to manage all that together and still be able to create so much impact to the world?
I think it's about management of the self first, and it's about actually getting more in touch with me. So prioritize, you have to prioritize. You have to know what is important for you, which is important for you. And of course, you need to be able to time manage yourself as well. Every platform that I'm on gets 200% of my loyalty and dedication, but so does my mom, so does my daughter. So as a single parent, a lot of my time is demanded there, and that for me is obviously priority. Faith in my creator, faith in my humankind, and doing what I want to do from the heart. That's above all. But when we want to push and we want to do and impact people's lives, we need to know that it's not just about what you're going to sit and do here. It's what you need to give off from yourself. And the key for me, before, we spoke about education, but the other keynote factor is you need to be honest with yourself about what you can do and what you can't do. Never ever commit to something that you think you can do if you might not be able to do it, because there are people out there that are relying on you. There are people out there that are looking forward to a message. There are people out there who really wish to gain from you. And if you are not 200% into your loyalty to make sure they get what they're looking for from you, then how are you leading? So the main aspect for me is you have to be able to lead by example and be honest with yourself with your time. I need to be able to do this, for example, today, because I know I'm committed to it. And then straight after this, I know what else is in there. So your diary management, your time management, and you knowing yourself best. If you know yourself good enough, then you will be able to know how to manage whatever you put on your plate. But I always say to everybody, do not add too much to your plate if you think you won't be able to manage it properly. It's well and good to say I have so many different things, but it wouldn't be very justifiable if you can't really cope with so many things. So do and really do what you love and do what you're passionate about. And that is key for you to make that impact out there. Diana, I cannot hear you, sorry. Armina, you're muted at the moment. Sorry.
Diana, we don't hear you. Your network is not good. Please try to manage.
So you are saying me now?
Your network is not good. We don't hear you. Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Diana, you're muted, my dear.
You are mute. Open your microphone.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry. I didn't know I was muted. Thank you very much for that, Madam Emina. Thank you for coming in, always coming in, you know. I saw what are the principles of life you adopted, you know, in creating this path, because I know
Diana, we don't hear you. Diana, we don't hear you. Please manage your connection.
So if you do this, you invite that actually works for you. Impacts.
Mia, you are muted. Mia, open your microphone.
I cannot hear Diana.
Yes.
Sorry, Diana. Oh, sorry. I cannot hear Diana at all, so I'm not sure what her question was.
Let me the honor to ask you, Mia. We are here for so much time, and it's a pleasure to have you. What means a powerful woman in South Africa?
I think here, because we have so many challenges on a daily basis, it is key for us as women here to be able to literally get through on a daily basis. When you talk about a powerful woman here, most often people think of that person as a woman who's sitting in our parliament or sitting at a government table or somebody who's sitting at a board level in a specific organization. But for me personally in South Africa, a powerful woman is somebody who's actually taking the rope and actually helping others to connect. Because everybody here seems very isolated in their pains. And a powerful woman in Africa and South Africa is somebody who tries to connect that and make the difference so that nobody feels isolated anymore. And communities try to build in that way. So we try and make sure our children are fed, our children are clothed, our women are seen to, and they're given sustainable skills so that they can look after themselves if they are single. And communities are given little bits of help where they can try to help themselves. So powerful women in South Africa stem from between the boardroom as much as they need to be on the ground, because when you are on the ground is where you actually do have to impact people. So a powerful woman for me in South Africa is not just where you sit in a boardroom and make decisions and sign papers and documents. For me, it is when you're on the ground with the people and actually trying to make differences in people's lives. That for me makes you powerful enough.
Extraordinary. I don't know, Diana, if you have connection now and you can talk. Extraordinary answer. Mia, did you hear us, Diana? Extraordinary answer, like always.
Thank you so much.
You are a role
Thank you
model.
so much.
I am sure that you are a role model for the women from all women from South Africa, and they follow you. I want to.
Yes,
Yeah. Yes. We don't hear you. We don't hear you. Please, Mia, if you can tell me when you feel that you are successful or that you were successful.
Thank you very much. Okay, I think I was.
Diana, I think you don't have connection. I don't think you have connection. Something's happened with your connection.
I think the network wherever Diana is probably
Yes.
very, very bad.
Yes. Yes. We don't hear you. We really don't hear you. When you felt that you are successful or that you were successful, what are you experiencing in your soul? I am sure that you live a successful period, a successful day, a successful project, maybe something like this. What do you feel in your heart, your feelings?
I must say, the first thing is this gratitude. You know, when you find success and you have that success that gives you that peace level, that, oh my word, did this just happen? That moment is where you feel gratitude. You feel so grateful that you're able to get to that point and experience that, because that feeling is so within you. It's so deep. And I'll give you an example, a quick one, is where I did a feeding in a township here, very, very poor area. And we were giving food to those who were very, very less fortunate. And I was, you know, I have volunteers that go with me and whatever, and we're feeding these people and they come with their containers. So you fill the food in there and they go away. And there was a little girl who came to collect hers. And I have a tendency when I talk to children, I like the eye contact. So I bent down to talk to this little girl. And I asked her how she was, and she was so ecstatic. And I gave her this, but this was when COVID was there. So COVID was there and she didn't have a mask on. So I asked her to put her mask on and she said, I don't have one. So I made her wait and I collected a mask because I obviously had to give out and distribute. So I gave her the mask in her hand and I said, you need to put this on for me. And she said, I don't know how. So I left what I was doing and I let the volunteer carry on. And I then taught her at that moment, and with all those people still there, hundreds of people, I started to teach her how to put the mask on her face. And then I noticed when I look up, because remember, I'm looking at this little child, so I don't know what's above her. But when I stopped and I stood up, I realized that that entire community of people were watching what I was doing, and half of them did not have a mask on. So for them, there was this fascination of this mask and what do we do to protect ourselves? And I realized at that point, as much as I came to this area to just feed, I now have to move from just feeding to becoming a campaign awareness somebody. And I did a campaign there, and I started to teach them about the masks, gave them all masks and taught them about sanitation, gave each one of them sanitizers. And then of course you give them the food, which they were so much, they were waiting for. And to have that little girl call me an angel just because she felt there was time, there was connection, and to have people there say, God bless you for this meal, and God bless you for the time, and God bless you for smiling. For me, that was success. For me, that was my word. I made that difference to somebody's life today. And I didn't go there to do that. I went there just to give people food and I wanted to leave. But I'm not somebody who will just drop off of food and leave. I want people to feel connected. I want people to feel they're not alone. They're not different from the balance of us. We are all one. And when I spoke to that group of people and I realized, my word, people are feeling so withdrawn at that horrible time, because COVID did that. COVID made us all feel like that. When I walked away from there, I had tears in my eyes. So as much as they were full of tears because they had food, which they never ate for 2 days, They had clothes, they had blankets because it was winter. And to see them all smile back at me and to offer that prayer of God bless you. For me, when those eyes lighten up and there's a little bit of tear of gratitude, makes me feel like, thank my Creator that I could have done this. Thank my volunteers who were with me to have accomplished this, but thank you that I was able to do and impact these lives so beautifully. And mind you, when every time I go back there, or every time the van goes back there, everybody just remembers that moment, because that is the moment of impact. And that feeling of success at that point is when you just feel like overwhelmed. It's really overwhelming because you do it from your heart. And when you do something from the heart with good intention to make humanity grow and impact somebody's life, and you actually see that you're doing it, that just makes you want to keep going and keep doing and keep giving. And that's just an example, but that's just one day. So I have this very often, whether it's in a consultation with a woman or the children, or whether it's me doing a workshop, but there's always that life that is impacted and you see the difference in their faces. And all I feel within me is, firstly, thank you to my Creator. And I say, thank God that I'm able to do that. And so that art of gratitude is what keeps me going. And that feeling of success that I've given to somebody else because of my own success, that for me is what is the catalyst effect for life. So I always believe if you are somebody who's successful in something, give off from your successful cup to somebody else to be successful as well. And your cup will just keep filling up because you keep filling others. And that's the art of success for you, because that overwhelming gratitude comes from a higher source, a higher being, and that light is what we have to give off. People are living in a dark world right now. And it's us people who try our best, need to give off that light to others to give them hope.
Excellent, excellent, dear Mia. So true, so true. All your words are inspiring for us.
Thank you.
Extraordinary. I want to ask you.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, for that wonderful
Diana, we don't hear you. We don't hear you, unfortunately. We don't hear you.
Diana, can I ask you, I know you have a question. Can you maybe type it in the chat box, but stay on the Zoom? Maybe type it in and then I can still answer you.
And we will answer, you will answer. Then Diana, maybe we do this. I want to ask maybe the childish questions, but I know that each one of us, Mia, dreams when he is a child, when we are a child, to have a successful life. Someone want to dream to be a doctor, someone dream to be an engineer, pilot. What did you dream of when you were little? What was your dream?
When I was growing up.
But it's a different question.
No, it's a good one. When I was growing up, I used to always play the teacher game. So I used to play it as I was a little girl. I used to pretend I had a chalkboard with chalk, and I used to pretend I was teaching. And then I used to pretend that I was on a radio or on a television screen talking to people. But however, when I finished matric, I went in to study law. So which was like a contrast of two different things. So you would find me growing up trying to pretend to be a teacher. When I studied, I actually went to study law. But and the course that I studied in school was for medicine. So it was a whole catastrophe of different things. So when I eventually chose specific subjects, my mom and my dad would be like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" And I'd say, "No, I want to be a doctor in school, and then I wanted to be a teacher in school, and then I wanted to be a teaching doctor, and then I said, okay, I want to do law." And then when I studied it, I felt law is just not for me. I wasn't feeling satisfied within myself, and I kept growing and I kept learning different avenues, different things. But eventually, as the world will have it, and as my Creator would have it, what I eventually was a playing game of teaching and being an educationist is eventually what I am today. So after studying law and after studying psychology and everything like that, I eventually am today that educationist that I used to play a part of when I was a little girl growing up. So today, yes, there is chalk at hand, there is a board at hand, there's thousands of people in a hall, and now there's a global platform too. So Today, yes, I am teaching as I was, but remember back then it was just a game. Today, however, I'm actually doing it. So yeah, initially I wanted to always be a teacher. I eventually broke out and studied law and studied psychology, and I'm back to the education part today. So I just keep learning. I just keep learning. But yeah, when I was growing up, it was multiple things. I ended up doing the first thing though, which is teaching and lecturing.
Think that we are apprentice, we are disciples. All our life we'll learn. And it's so nice what you say. If now some years you wanted to be a teacher, you dream to be a teacher, maybe you was born for this, because you do this with all your love, and you it's not just about theory, because this theory is just a skeleton, like I said always. You must develop and you must adapt to yourself, to your feelings, to your thoughts. But it's about what I don't know.
What's your passion?
What's your passion exactly, Mia? What's your passion? You has a role model. You wanted to be, I don't know, a Superman when you was Superwoman, Superman, Batman, something like this.
I wanted to just conquer everything. I wanted to learn and absorb everything. I wanted to do so many things. And the only way that I can even reach a quarter of what those things are is to be able to study hard and learn hard and work hard. Nothing comes easy. And if you want success in any way or form, you're going to have to work at it. It takes you to be persistent. You have to really fight your battles well. And life is going to always throw you curveballs. It's never ever easy sailing. But if your mind is there and if your heart is in it, then you will always be guided to make sure you reach light. And that light will be what you will give off to people in whatever you decide to do. So the key though is, again, key structures are very important. And the key in this one is to be able to be so in tune with yourself. When you are in tune with yourself, you know what's working for you and what's not. You thrive on energy. You know what energies are around you. Is it a negative energy? Is it a positive energy? Is this draining me? Is it good for me? Is it not good for me? And these are awareness tools that we really try and teach many people, especially our children now. Because why do we have to wait for our kids to be older for them to get in touch with themselves? We need them to start learning from younger ages. Once you start to adapt and learn who you are, what you are, develop yourself, it's easier for them to make career choices. It's easier for them to deal with what life throws at you. I know there's many kids I've had to give therapy to, and I was counseling, who lost their parents through COVID, whose parents lost jobs, so there was issues at home. So kids absorb a lot of negative energies from what's happening in their lives, and that becomes a whole gap for them because they don't understand how to cope. And that's where I felt that we need to actually start teaching kids from a younger age coping skills, make them feel that life is real. Life's not fairy tale books and what the stories teach you. Life is actually real, and prep them for when these things happen, this is how you need to be. So it's very important. But yeah, I wanted to do everything. I just felt like, I wanted to do so many things. I still want to do so many things. So by God's will, inshallah, I will achieve a lot more. But it's not just for me, it's for people. I want to impact people's lives. The legacy we leave is all that we have to focus on, because we all know we have to have a demise one day. And when I'm not here anymore, I want to know that I've left a mark on people's lives that is positive, that makes an impact, that's changed their lives for the better. And I know I've done that with some people, but I know there's plenty more that's still needed. So by God's will, I will get there.
Incredible. You are incredible. You share good energy, and you are surrounded by a good energy, and your heart
Thank you.
Share this to everyone. I want to ask you a last question, my dear Mia. Do you know a case in which a person had a successful life and at some point suffered a failure, a big failure?
Yes, I do. I know that story very well.
Because we talk about just the positive things, but the reality is different. like in universities, they tell us, oh, you will finish a university, you will be a manager, you will be, I don't know what. But the reality, when you go from university, from that door, you don't know nothing from reality. The reality is other.
The books we learn from, the theories we learn from, do not prep us for the life that comes. Because the life that comes is not just in a textbook. It's not textbook related. The life that you have to face is about life and living, not just existing. And that's the key. And for me, yes, I know somebody. I know somebody who was very, very successful and lost nearly everything. And that somebody is me. That somebody is me. I faced, I think, the worst life's battles sometimes. Some people who would know my life's journey would know that some of, and you know, if I have to tell my life's journey to somebody, which I did on one episode, I remember that person said to me, it's amazing you're still here, because I know people in that state would have just given up. And my motivation to get through those difficult times was, at the last one, I nearly lost myself because I had a heart attack and a stroke and stuff that I'm recovered from, but it's still obviously in recovery. But the thing I keep telling myself, the philosophy that I have for myself is I lost a lot. And I might have lost half my business or might have lost A, B, C, D, but I did not lose me. I still have me. And as long as I have me, I have breath, I'm able to pick myself up and restart. I can rebuild, but I have me. And every time, you know, something goes wrong in your life, whoever is listening to us, remember, as long as you still have you, you have the gift of you. And you need to view yourself as a gift unto yourself. And when you know that you are that gift, then you will treasure you. So you don't look for others to treasure you first. You treasure yourself first, because you are given life by your creator, because you are worthy of that life. And now with the life that you have, that you are living, you need to live it to the fullest. Sometimes life becomes so difficult and throws you these horrible issues, people that come in your path that you trust and then they hurt you. Life just happens like that. You make a lot of money and suddenly you realize you lost a lot because you've given to the wrong people, etc., etc. But this is all that happens. But you're still you. You still have your heart, and your heart is pure. When your heart is pure, you will still keep growing. Your light still shines even when there's darkness around you. And that is where you realize, wait, I still have purpose. I still have me. I can still rebuild from this. My light is still glowing. So as long as your light still shines, you're able to keep lighting up others' candles, and it's going to keep going. So yes, I know myself. So most of what I teach, for example, comes from my own life. As much as I have studied a lot, as much as I have all the accolades, again, those are theories that help me to understand things. But when I teach people, I teach out of my own life's experience. So about the theories that I teach somebody are theories that I know worked because they worked for me. From somebody who was crippled at one stage in my life where they said, I'll never walk, I'll never be able to have children. Today I walk and I am a mother. So I've had many an obstacle thrown my way, and I have defied many odds by staying true to me and staying true to my creator and pushing myself against what people may think were limits, because there's no limitation. Limits are just set by your mind. Barriers are set by you. So tear down your own barriers and just keep going and keep growing, because like this, you know, the name of this program is about successful living. You need to live successfully, not just exist successfully. And that is about you. So the art is for you. It's about you. It's for you. And it's up to you to make that change that you need to make for yourself to grow. And that's what I keep trying to do. No matter what the adversities are, just keep going. Keep running my race, so to speak.
Unbelievable, extraordinary, and a story of life full of empowerment for us. Mia, thank you so much. You are extraordinary, a really treasure, a model of courage, of strength, of a successful woman who inspires others. Was a really pleasure to have you today. Look, if Diana has problem with the connection. We was there like a team. That means
Yes.
a successful life, a successful living. How is the name of our show? To be there for others, to spring good things, to spread good things, to share good things. Because if you do good, in my country we say this, if you do good things, you will receive back same. Thank you so much, and thank you all of you, because you are with us. I hope your time with us was great. See you next time. Thank you, my dear Mia, again.
Thank you so much, Amrina. And thank you, Diana, for keep trying to come in. We love you still, so we keep waiting for you. And thank you, IIU, for the platform. And to all of our listeners, just keep going. Keep going. I know that you deserve a successful living for yourself. Thank you so much, my dear Amrina. Always love seeing you and being with you. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, my dear. Thank you.